fallout يعني how is he approaching this هيعمل كده كيف the process تكون طويلة جدا بعدين الانترفيو بقى أكتر مثلا زمان back in the days الواحد اللي إذا عايز يعمل green card وجاء مواعيد إنه هو ياخذ الجرين كارد ما كانوا ضروري بيعملوا انترفيو ناس معينين بيعملوا انترفيو not all the time now you must have an interview لو هتاخذ citizenship ولا green card you will go for an interview زمان you used to get it sometimes you can pick it up in an airport back in 1990s they don't do that anymore so basically it's a very slow way to say no more immigration I'm sure you're aware of that
Nice way.
unfortunately. So this is how Trump set the tone. أول أسبوع جاء هو مسك الحكم January early first week of January and then starting January 25th he started writing executive orders and the first thing you remember is Sudan and people probably Google the Sudan was the executive order for the travel ban.
Yeah, that's true.
And there are different dates. You see that it started, there were 3 of them. Why, what happened? The first one, أول واحدة كانت reckless. It was written by Miller, and it was very reckless, that it looked racist. And then they fixed it لما مشت المحاكم. And the second time. And the third time, and that's actually, it's officially a law, that it changed Sudan is not one of them. They removed the Sudan, وخدوا 7 دول تانية, but Sudan is not one of them. Now, I'm not going to go over what happened. It's just a bunch of legal process. المحكمة قالت, no, this is exactly what Trump was talking about, what Robert was talking about Trump, about his executive orders. There are checks and balances. لما Trump كتب the travel ban حصل شنو immediately الناس كانوا مستكين في المطار if you remember الناس حصل شنو المحاكم lawyers مشوا المحاكم federal judges and they put a stay يعني شنو وقفوا stop that's the check and balances and what was the claim racist there's prejudice equal protection violations unconstitutional فالترامب لما يعمل executive orders حس يعني لو عمل executive order he cannot make it to conflict with the constitution ما بيكون يتناقض مع الconstitution الدستور الأمريكي cannot contradict it at the same time if it violates الدستور اللي هي equal protection إنه الناس هنا كلهم equal so what happens المحكمة put a stay and that's what happens they modified it finally مشت ال US Supreme Court حكمت على آخر واحد which was actually it was in December. So what other immigration changes حصلت under Trump? Increased enforcement and increased deportation. Deportation rate was really high right now. ناس كتار في detention center and increased enforcement عمل شنو? At that time session لما كان موجود he hired a bunch of judges. They're not hired but they put in a bunch of judges, right? Federal administrative judges for immigration court. But there are many new judges right now for immigration court, and there are many staff. Because a lot of officers اللي بيجوا يعملوا interview. And then they increase employer sanctions. يعني شنو يعني أنت إذا أنت عندك شركة وعايز تجيب زول من برا, and that way a lot of people can get their green card or H-1B visa. People are very, very strict about it. And then another thing that I think is very relevant related to this one is the TPS termination. Yeah. If you all recall, I think I've seen some of you لما مشينا المحكمة we attended the oral hearing. So the TPS termination, I'm not sure if you're all aware يعني السودان كان واحد منهم إنه there's a condition and بيخلي الناس يقعدوا هنا. They are not considered immigrants. They cannot get green card unless you change their status. But you can stay here والناس قاعدين هنا 20 سنة بالTPS. So you can work, you can stay legally. عايز تسافر تطلع على travel document. You can come back.
Advance parole.
Sorry?
Advance parole they call it.
Yes. It's an advanced parole.
Yes.
So it's a 131. You just can go. You travel with it and you come back and you resume your life, But you have to renew it based on a condition, based on your country, in this case, Sudan. Trump جاء هنا, and it was one of the changes, ended the TPS for many of the countries that were under the people who were under the TPS. And Sudan, unfortunately, was one of them. Now, is it resolved? لا, ما حلوها. But what happened? لما رفعوا الناس قضية رفعوها